Mubarak Ramadan to one and all. In this episode, we again focus on using the energy method to analyze the motion of a piece of wood sliding down a ramp and encounters a rough horizontal surface. We compute its horizontal stopping distance and the work done by friction. So just stick around, relax, watch and learn. The problem is a 2.00 kilogram piece of wood slides on a curved surface. See the figure below. The sides of the surface are perfectly smooth, but the rough horizontal bottom is 30.0 meters long and has a kinetic friction coefficient of 0.200 with the wood. The piece of wood starts from rest 4.00 meters above the rough bottom. Question letter A. Where will this wood eventually come to rest? Question letter B. For the motion from the initial release until the piece of wood comes to rest, what is the total amount of work done by friction? The 2.00 kilogram piece of wood slides on a curved surface whose sides are perfectly smooth, but the rough horizontal bottom is 30.0 meters long and has a kinetic friction coefficient of 0.200. The piece of wood starts from rest 4.00 meters above the rock bottom. And our target variables include, in part A, the point where the piece of wood will eventually stop after starting to slow down from point 2 and come to rest at the stopping point with the distance covered equal to x. Likewise, in part B, the other target variable is the total work done by friction. All right? Uh, denoted here by capital W's of F. As the piece of wood slides from point 1 up to the stopping point at the rock bottom. We are applying the energy method in this problem. So we first let the horizontal bottom, right, the rough horizontal bottom, to be our reference. We say that at point 1, where the piece of wood is released, okay, with an initial speed equal to 0, that is. So at that point, we say that the kinetic energy of the piece of wood is equal to 0. And of course, its gravitational potential energy, denoted by capital U sub 1, is equal to mgh, right? Um, in other words, the product of its weight and the vertical height or vertical distance, okay, from the initial point up to the reference point, denoted by letter H, all right, gives us the magnitude of the gravitational potential energy, right? And that is equal to the product of the mass 2.00 kilogram, the acceleration due to gravity 9.80 meter per second squared, and the vertical height 4.00 meters, which gives us 78.4 joules of mechanical energy, right? And then when the piece of wood hits the bottom at point 2, all right, all its gravitational potential energy is transformed into kinetic energy. We label that here as K sub 2. Okay? Um, the side of the curved surface here is perfectly smooth. So in other words, there is no mechanical energy that is uh, lost or converted into thermal energy because this is perfectly frictionless. So all the gravitational potential energy we say is converted into kinetic energy amounting to 78.4 joules, right? So we imagine that the piece of wood has this amount of kinetic energy, 78.4 joules. Question is, why will the piece of wood eventually stop at some point, okay, within this horizontal rock bottom? Well, that is precisely because of the effect of friction, kinetic friction that is, all right? Uh, in spite of having a kinetic energy amounting to 78.4 joules, all right? Uh, the force of friction will be doing work, all right? Which causes the kinetic energy of the piece of wood, okay, to decrease, right? And eventually reaches a point, a horizontal distance from point 2, which we label here as x. And that is exactly what we are uh, to find out, okay, where along the horizontal surface will the piece of wood come to rest or stop. So at that stopping point, all the kinetic energy will eventually become zero, right? What do you think happened to all the mechanical energy or kinetic energy of the piece of wood? All right. So our hanging question is, what happens to the mechanical energy of the piece of wood when it continues to move along the rough horizontal surface starting at point 2? Right. So we say that at this stopping point, right, uh, some meters away from point 2, that is, right? So at the stopping point, we say that the kinetic energy will all become zero, right? Because the final speed of the piece of wood, of course, will be equal to zero, the fact that it's going to stop. And likewise, the gravitational potential energy of the piece of wood relative to our chosen reference, okay, is zero. So, seemingly, all the mechanical energy of the piece of wood is gone. Where did it go? All right. So from point 2 to the stopping point, okay, a distance x from point 2, we say that the change in the kinetic energy, or delta k that is, right, is uh, equal to what we call the work done by friction, capital W sub F. In other words, all the kinetic energy that the piece of wood acquired when it uh, hit the rock bottom at point 2 will all be transformed into what we call work. Okay, the work done by friction amounting to 78.4 joules. And this is in accordance also with what we call the work energy theorem. All right, where the work done, all right, the work done by friction in this case is just equal to the amount of the change in kinetic energy, delta K, all right? Or delta K means the difference between the final kinetic energy, which incidentally is equal to 0, minus the initial kinetic energy when the piece of wood started at point 2, right? Whose kinetic energy at point 2, of course, is 78.4 joules. So all that kinetic energy, okay, it's just equal to the amount of work done by friction, W's of F. Before finding the unknown variable x, or the stopping point, we first determine the force of kinetic friction, Fk, using the formula mu k times mg, that is 0.200 multiplied by 2.00 kilogram and 9.80 meters per second squared. So we get the kinetic friction equal to negative 3.92 newtons. It is negative because, by definition, friction is an opposing force. So in this situation, uh, the kinetic friction is directed opposite to the displacement of the piece of wood. Now we are ready to calculate for the distance x, right? Using the formula W sub F, or the work done by friction divided by the force of kinetic friction. That is negative 78.4 joules divided by negative 3.92 newtons. So we get the value of x, or the stopping distance, x equals 20.0 meters in three significant figures. Lastly, for question in part B, we are to calculate the total amount of work done by friction starting from the point when it was released. That means at point 1 up to the stopping point, or at x. All right. Since this side of the curve between point 1 and point 2 is perfectly smooth, there is no friction, hence no work is done by friction between point 1 and point 2, right? So our equation here pertains only to the distance covered by the piece of wood, all right, when it moves through the rough surface, okay, from point 2 to the stopping point X, right? So that amount of work done by friction, W sub F, is just equal to the change in kinetic energy of the piece of wood, delta K, which is the difference between the kinetic energy of the piece of wood, all right, exactly at point X or at the stopping point, minus the kinetic energy of the piece of wood, okay, when it is exactly at point 2. That's labeled as K2. Or, substituting our quantities, K sub X, of course, is equal to 0, and then K2, all right, is 78.4 joules. So 0 minus 78.4 joules, of course, will give us negative 78.4 joules. So this is the total amount of work done by friction being asked in question letter B. So that's it. We're done. Mabuhay. Till the next episode. MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.